Hi everyone, this is Ashwin here. In this video, we are going to see about types of element locators. So this is one of the prerequisites for web scraping. So in the next video, we'll be seeing about how to install the necessary modules for web scraping. So in this prerequisites, we are going to see some of the types of element locators. Using this locators only, we are going to identify the elements in the whole web page. Let's dive into the video and I will explain the types with an example. So let's go into some news website. So I'll go to Hindu News. So this is the Hindu News website. As you can able to see, this is the home page of a Hindu website. Why I take this as an example means most of the web scraping tutorial contains scraping of various things. Here we contains all the text, images, links, everything is available. That's why I taken this as an example. Even if you are a student and learning web scraping means most of the information they collect from the web page is this news articles only. So this will be very useful for the beginners. Let's see what are the element locators we have. So the first one, so if you want to identify one element, let's say I want to get this text, this is the title. So I need to get this element. So for that, right click, go for inspect element. So as you can able to see, it's showing the link for that title and it also contains the text. WhatsApp, SUS government, like that, it also contains the text and also the link is available. When you hover the mouse over the a particular element, that is this A tag, anchor tag, on the left hand side, you can able to see the highlight of that particular tag. That's how we can able to identify the elements. So if you go down a little means you can able to see another URL, that is a person. And if you go down and there are still more things we can able to identify. If you go down a little, so currently it's not showing. So here there are some tags we can able to see. And if you go further means it may show some of the tags if it's available. So sometimes it's showing the entire page. See, this div tag covers this entire section. So this whole section comes under this particular div tag. So the first one is element ID. So as you can able to see in this div tag, we have the breaking news. So this covers the whole page. Under this, we have various div tags. So using this ID, we can able to locate a particular element. As you can able to see, it's showing this div tag. If I hover over the mouse, it's not showing the entire thing. So here, this is a class. We can also use this class. That is also one of the web locators. So to find out a particular elements in the whole page source, you can just say Control F. So using this, you can able to find a particular string, selector, or XPath. So these three things we can able to use to find a particular element in the whole web page. So these are all HTML tags, and also we have some JavaScripts. So we will see that in detail. So first one, as I already said, ID. So if you just copy and paste it, you can able to see there is only one ID out of this whole web page. So when we are using some particular module, we can able to find this web locator using like you can say ID equals breaking news, like that we can able to mention. Apart from that, we have a class also. So let's see whether it is unique or not. So here, as you can able to see, there are multiple values corresponding to this class. We can able to figure out whether there are multiple classes with this name using XPaths. I will show you at the end of the video. That is one of the important topic we need to learn. So we have seen ID and classes. So we have gone to some other page. If you want to select a particular element and get the element for that means you can able to select this icon, that is select an element in the page to inspect it. So you can able to select. So if I say again here, I want to get the element for this, just click it and it will show you the corresponding element. So you can also go using inspect element or you can able to click and select the appropriate element. Both of them will give you the corresponding HTML tags. So after the element ID and class, we have names. So let's search for name. So here you can able to see, right? Name equal viewport, name equal title, and here name equals Twitter card. Like that, you can able to get the particular names for that particular tag to get the element. So these are all some meta tags. So if I scroll through, so there are various names here. So here, this is somewhat input type. This is related to forms. So here we have order as a name and sort as a name. You can also get the web elements using this name values also. So this is another element you can able to use. And the next one is text. So let's say we have a paragraph like this, right? So let's go to that particular element. So this text. So I want to get the text data which contains the word challenge. So like that, I can able to specify the text data and able to get that particular HTML tag. That is also possible. You can use some particular module to get, you can also use regular expression to match the corresponding words and get the particular tags. Apart from this, we can also use this individual tags to find the elements. Like here we have a paragraph tag, and here we have a div tag. So there is a subsection, right? Under section div is there. Like that, you can also branch through the tags and get the particular tag correspondingly. So here under section div is there, and under that another div is there. Like that, you can able to go from parent to child, and using that also you can able to get the corresponding tags. Apart from that, you can also combine, like you can also get under the div tag, just get the class with this name. Like that, you can also go with a combination of those techniques to get the tags. So that will be more robust, and it will be more flexible for you and easy to get the elements. So another type of locator is CSS locator. So in CSS locator, we will use dots. So as you can able to see here, you can able to see div.row. If I click on that, means it just gone to this particular tag. So div dot represents class, and row represents the normal class name. Apart from that, we also have ID. So here div hash ID name. So this hash represents the ID. Like that, we have various representations for the corresponding tags. You can able to use it directly. So if you just click on some particular tag, means it will just automatically goes to that. So this is called CSS locator. Using this also, you can able to identify the particular parts of that page. Like here, if you go to this, I want to get this paragraph, means just click on that. So this represents a link followed by the paragraph. You just need to drill down further. So let's go into further. So here you can able to see, right? Text data is there. So under this tags, I can able to get the text data for us to scrap. So like that, you can able to do it. Also, if you want the particular link to extract, means you can also extract this particular link using the tag itself. So there are multiple ways we can able to use this. So we have seen various locators so far, that is ID, element, text, CSS locator, and some individual tags to easily identify the elements, like this h2 tags, div tags, like that. So there are various other values also you can able to use, like buttons, input type, like that. There are many values you can able to use. I will show everything using an example in the upcoming videos. So, and the last and important one is XPaths. So if you clear it, it's already mentioning you can able to go with a string and a selector or XPath. XPath can be in multiple ways. Let's take it as an example. So I want to get this link. That is my objective. So for that, we can arrive at the XPath. So here, to get this particular element, we can go in two ways. One is some hard-coded tags. So here it is comes under a div tag and h1 tag and anchor tag. Let's try to get this div slash h1 slash a. See, we have got the particular tag and we have only one element. So there is no ambiguity here. Another way of doing this is, so we will again go to that element. So here we have a class name, and here in the anchor tag also we have title. So I'm going to use this class name. Let's use it. So div, we will use slash slash div in the square brackets at class equals, inside the quotation paste the text, and we have arrived at the div tag a. So in the div tag with the class name of this particular string, get the anchor tag. Like that, I have created a XPath. So using this also, you can able to get the XPath dynamically. So even here, you can able to see WhatsApp source government says new media rule and mean to end privacy. So here the div tag ends. So under this class, the div tag ends here. If you want to get the text like challenge escalates tensions between government and tech giants, so you can able to use paragraph tag and the corresponding class. Let's copy this and remove all these things. Again slash slash p in the square brackets at class equals, in the quotation paste it. So here you can able to see only one element is there. We need to check the number of elements. Sometimes there will be duplicate classes or IDs. So at that time there will be a numerous number of elements will be there. We can just press enter to go through the elements. But here we have only one element. So this is a unique. So you can able to use this class name to extract this particular element. So here, if I hover over here means it's just showing that particular paragraph text. So another way we can able to do is just remove this. I want to get the paragraph that contains the word challenge. So let's do that. So contains text, comma, in the parameter type challenge. So it's getting the paragraph that contains the text challenge. So we can able to see we have got the text. Using this also we can able to identify the text. So apart from this, as I already mentioned, we can also use this element. So for that, div at id equals breaking news. Breaking news. I think I may have dropped something. So let's go to that. Here id equals breaking news. So I'll just paste this as it is. So you can able to get this div tag by using the id. So apart from that, you can also get some of the text using the values. So I want to get this thread link. So I can able to use this content also. Let's say if it works. So I'll just copy the value slash slash a in the square brackets at content equals, in the quotation paste the thread. So we have found the thread. So here they have two links for the thread. So here you can able to see, right? There are two values. So if I press enter, so one thread is there, another thread is at the bottom. So there are two threads, but I only need the first one. How can I get it? So this is the first one, right? That is at the top. So add a normal brackets like this, and like an array, you can able to mention the nth element. So I want the first element. So I'll say 1. Now we can able to find only one element. If you press on enter, it's not moving. It's just showing this particular element. So using this subscript method, you can able to specify that particular element even when there are multiple values in the whole web page, like this content. So if you remove this means it will show you two elements. So you can able to specify using the subscript. So like this, you can able to use your imagination and try to get the tags from the website. As I already mentioned, if the tag is unknown, like if you don't know if it's an anchor tag means, you can able to specify asterisk. Both represents the same thing. It asterisk represents it can be any tag. In any tag, try to find the content with the name of thread. Like that, we are trying to find the content. So this is the basics of XPath. I will show you more examples in the upcoming projects. So these are the types of web locators. So far we have seen ID, class, text, normal tags, CSS locators, and XPath. So most of the times we'll be using the locators like ID and class. And apart from that, when we are using some other module means we will be using XPath. So XPath will be using a lot because the XPath is more robust and it can be easy to find. And it will be very easy to find a particular elements using XPath. That's why I am keep on saying that, and that is one of the important locators. I think that's it, guys. In the next video, we'll be seeing about how to install the necessary modules for web scraping. And if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel for future videos. Stay tuned for the next video.